Jana,
Yes,
we're
Heather.
talking about a bit of I don't know.
Controversial,
Yeah, I don't know if you'll call it.
sensitive.
Yeah, maybe sensitive is a good word.
Okay.
Topic today about if you are a Pinterest manager, should you start out cheap or free
Mm,
in offering your services?
mm,
I know that we both have stuff to offer on this topic because, as many people may know, we were both once Pinterest managers.
yep.
You not so much these days, but
True.
been there. I'm
Yep.
still there, although I'm not working for free. I do have some thoughts.
You're not? Shoot. I was really hoping to hire you for free.
I know. Is that even hiring? Like,
I know. Good point.
I think interns even get paid at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about it. Do you want to start talking about like why this happens? Because I know a lot of Pinterest managers do at some point feel like this urge
Hmm.
to either offer their services for free to get a testimonial or a case study, or to offer them for like really, really low. Why do
Hmm.
you like, do you want to talk about why you think people think that way? What brings them to that thought
Yeah.
process? Yeah.
So there's a few things that I wrote to you prior to this live that I can talk about. I'm
Okay.
gonna try just real briefly while we chit chat to put some headphones in because my microphone could possibly be echoey. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't even know
Yeah,
where.
it is. It's a little echoey. Yep.
Okay, let me. Whoop. I don't even know where the headphone jack is, to be honest with you.
While you're looking, I will share that when I first started as a Pinterest manager, really like a Pinterest strategist, I was doing setups primarily.
Yeah.
I did offer my services for free once, and it was an interesting experience. And if we have time today, I can share. If not, we can share in a different live stream. But
Yeah.
um, I remember some of my thought process, but I'm curious as to like with the students that you work with and maybe some of those Pinterest managers who might be joining your new program. Spoiler alert. Like why do you see them doing this? Like why did they start by thinking like maybe I'll just like offer to do this for free for someone and how does it go if they do that?
Yeah, so I think the one of the first reasons, and there's no particular order here, it's just one of the first reasons in my notes that people choose to do this is because they are afraid that they don't have enough experience to justify a price point.
Right.
And listen, even to this day, I still have these thoughts. Jana can attest to this.
Hmm.
Um, it's just a normal reaction when you are starting something new or
Hmm.
you are venturing out of your own comfort zone that you might feel that you don't have enough experience.
Yeah.
Everyone has to start somewhere, though.
Yeah.
So, whether you're starting out with your very first Pinterest client or your fifth Pinterest client and you're raising your prices, you are probably going to come across this fear of like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know if I'm experienced enough, or you might
Hmm.
even have like feelings of self-worth, like
Yeah.
am I actually worth this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I love this saying, like all the wrong people have imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Meaning that if you're feeling that feeling, I actually would, when someone tells me they're feeling that way, I actually am like, oh, wow, you're going to be great at this.
Hmm.
Like, you're going to be such a good Pinterest manager because you're going to care
Yeah.
about the results that you get. You're going to do the best you can to help people with their, to support their businesses in this way.
Hmm.
It's the people who are like, oh, whatever, I'll just charge money and like it doesn't really matter whether or not I do a good job or if I have enough experience to help them get some results or anything that you need to watch out for.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking this, like, please know that this means you're like a good human and you're going to be great at this because you're going to care. So,
So
keep that in mind.
another reason I agree with everything that you said, and I always have the best interest of my clients in mind.
Mhm.
And something I actually say to people on discovery calls quite often, and I used to say this a lot when I was doing ads for clients, is I spend your money like I would spend my own money. I'm going to turn the
Mhm.
ads off and I'm going to come to you if I feel like it's just not working.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel the same way when I'm doing any other service. Like if
Hmm.
it's just not going anywhere, or if you are not communicating with me, I'm going to ask you questions like, how is it going on your end? What are you seeing? Like, give me access to your Google Analytics. Let me poke
Hmm.
around in there. Because I don't want to take people's money if they're not getting value out of it. But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
not up to you to dictate the value for other people.
Exactly. And that can be a whole live stream for another time. And I know you're going to be
Yeah.
teaching about this inside the program too, but there is a balance to be struck there, right? So it's a little bit of a
Yeah.
tangent, but like like it's good to care, but at the same time you also have to have a healthy like detachment in some ways because
Mhm.
this is a business, it's not personal, right?
Right.
So, but we'll talk about that another day. Right now we're talking about working for free or cheap and when you're
Yeah.
getting started. So,
Another thing that some Pinterest managers or service providers might run across is really just wanting to build a portfolio so then they
yep.
have like results to show other people.
Yep.
I used to do this too. I used to want to build a portfolio so I could share results. I used to house screenshots in Google Drives and create these
Hmm.
slide decks in Canva. And
Hmm.
if you want to do that, I go for it. Like, please do it. You have a really great gal that does case studies for you. That could be like a portfolio situation. I think there's a time and place for those, but I've never
Hmm.
been the type to care as much personally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want to build your portfolio, do that, but know that if you're not keeping up with it consistently and adding new results as you go,
Yeah.
and results are going to diminish over time. They're going to go up and down, especially
Right.
for Pinterest, but any platform.
Yep.
You have to keep up with it, and you're not going
Yeah.
to want to put things in there that look bad. So you have like it's a balancing act. So
Yep.
yes, you probably want to build your portfolio, but at the same time, if, maybe do it in the beginning.
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
Um,
there's some tricks and tips that you that we can talk about sometime
yeah,
about how to build a portfolio as a Pinterest manager in ways that make it easier to manage, but also give people
yeah,
a glimpse at what you can do in terms of results, but also like in terms of like pin design and things like that. So we can talk about that too sometime. I think I'm going to jot that down as maybe like a topic.
yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Hmm.
The third thing on my list before we move on to the downsides of these things is believing that if you just charge a lower price, you're going to get clients easier.
Ooh, yeah. That's not what taking free or cheap clients is about.
I will
That's
tell
definitely not
you,
about that.
I undercharged far too long and I undercharged in the beginning. I was only charging $200 a month for the same Pinterest service I'm doing now, but I was actually
Wow.
doing more
Yeah.
because this is when we were creating tons of pins and doing tons of repins and doing all
Right.
the group boards and
In
like
the era of 20 to 30 pins a day, which is crazy
there
now
was
to think.
so much going on.
Yeah.
So trust me when I tell you, don't do this. Please don't do
Mm.
this. This is not something that you want to get caught up in because you're probably going to attract clients that only care about the labor cost because they're excited to be on a new platform and oh, somebody can do it for really cheap or whatever, but it's just going to bring you the wrong people and you're going to probably end up burnt out. So this actually leads me to the downsides of like the first one is attracting the wrong clients.
Hmm.
These particular types of clients that really value really cheap labor over, high value people on their teams,
Hmm.
they probably don't even care about the strategy. They just want the labor. They just want to say that they're on the platform. They want to be everywhere. They don't care how much work you do. They don't care how many hours you're putting in.
Mm.
They're probably not asking you about your family. They're probably not honoring your time and when you work and your boundaries and all of those things.
Hmm.
And I'm just telling you this from, personal experience because
Yeah.
that was my
Yeah.
experience with those
Right.
clients.
Right. Hashtag true story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, it's just another downside is obviously just like maybe not the medical condition of burnout, but like burnout and getting,
Hmm.
into that territory of like, do I even want to do this anymore? Should I just find a job? Let me get
Yeah.
on LinkedIn and update
Right.
my
Right.
resume.
Right. I'll just go back to corporate
I'll just go
or
back to corporate.
this
Like,
isn't worth it. Right. Right. Yeah, and I think that, when you look at the statistics, not a whole lot of businesses, last past a year. Not a whole lot of businesses get to six figures. When you start looking at small businesses that are owned by women, the numbers go down even more. And I think one of the reasons is because there's many reasons, but one definitely is that I think that we sometimes as women we tend to think in this direction, like I'm just going to offer like a really low price so that I can sign, three or four clients. Um, but yeah, it does definitely lead down that like treadmill feeling, burnout, burnout road for sure.
That was a really good point that you just pulled up, and I really wanted to see if there was a statistic I could easily pull, and I really don't like quoting the Chamber of Commerce for personal reasons, but it says, and there's a Bureau of Labor Statistics article here, but it says around 18% of small businesses fail within their first year, while 50% fail in 5 years,
Yep.
and approximately 65% by their 10th year in business.
Hmm.
So it's definitely, and then when you cross that boundary, like you said, with people of color, with women, with any sort of like minority group,
Hmm.
location, business model, like what you're offering, obviously things are going to get even dicier.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it's just not worth it to me to charge such low prices
Hmm.
to just get a client. Like
Yeah. Right. To just get
it,
kind of like the momentum going.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My third thought on the downsides of working for cheap or free
Hmm.
is it does get harder to raise prices later.
Yeah.
And you're really, there's a couple different scenarios that you could fall into here. And one being that you go to approach your clients that you're charging $200 a month for, and you try to raise them to $800 a month, which is your new package price.
Yep.
And they're like, no,
Right.
because they don't see the value.
Right.
Or you never approach them because you're scared, which is
Right.
what I did.
Right.
I think I lost my last.
It's like the people pleasing streak makes it so
Yeah,
that you don't do it because they're going to be like, what?
yeah,
Um, even though that's it's so ironic because they probably, because of who they were to begin with, like you said, are probably just going to be like, oh, no, no, thanks. I'm not going to
yeah,
resign. They're not even going to care. But you think they're going to be like freaking out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I lost my last, and I'm so embarrassed to say this, but I think I
Mhm.
lost my last $400 per month client like beginning of 2024.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, she was with me forever,
Yeah.
like from
Yeah.
2019 until then, and I just
Wow.
never raised her rate.
Wow. Okay.
So
So it's easy to fall into this trap, people. It's not just people who don't know what they're doing that fall into this trap.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'm just like such a people pleaser, Jana, that I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be like, you know what? I'll just make it work.
Well, and my guess is that probably part of what happened is that you like her, you care about her,
Yeah.
so that's also wrapped up in this idea of like, oh, I'm a people please, or, I want her to be pleased with me, or I want all humans to be pleased with me. So it's complicated.
It is. It
Relationship
is.
status with your $400 client, complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear your story.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me all
Yeah.
about it.
So I don't know that it's really a good story for this live stream, because yeah, it doesn't, I don't know. It's like I did take on a free client in the beginning, but I sidestepped so many things that most people don't sidestep
Hmm.
because I was coming into it as someone who had already been running other businesses. I was a little older, so as you get older, you don't care as much about other people.
Yeah.
No, I mean that in like the people pleasing. Like the people pleasing kind of subsides as you get older, right? We all know that now based on the We Do Not Care Club. The, even at that age, which was probably, it was like 8 years ago, I already was, a little more assured of myself. I had already been an entrepreneur in other ways. So, I had worked in corporate human resources for 16 years, so I was a good negotiator. There was a lot of things that were on my side when it came to that. So I took on a client at that time to create a portfolio. And yeah, when I first started, I think in my mind, I thought a lot of it was about the visuals and I wanted to have a visual portfolio. And this client was someone who had really great photography and I knew would let me be creative. So I started her Pinterest profile for her. I built it from scratch, I believe. Like she didn't even have a Pinterest profile. So I did everything in the beginning, like, claiming the domain and all the stuff that we do, and we're building a new profile and then slowly adding pins. I did a lot of creative work, a keyword strategy and keyword list for her, etc. And I stuck with the account for probably like, I want to say like 6 months, which was way too long because I initially had just told her I'd like set it up for her. And then I would like ask her to look at the results and report them, later on. But of course she didn't and wasn't really in a position like she had no skin in the game, which I understand, even though I had set, some specific expectations and she did fulfill those expectations. Like she gave me a couple of testimonials for the work that I did and things like that. So I'm not saying she totally like dropped the ball. And I did a good job like letting her know before I started the work like what I would want in exchange since she wasn't paying me. So that was all good. But, she wasn't really, there was no incentive for her to continue to do the work, to have her team continue pinning, for example. So the account never really thrived, right? Whereas if someone had hired me paid for a program like that, they probably would have had more skin in the game. And I, subsequently obviously had other clients who did and did pay me and did have more skin in the game and did have their team like continue the pinning that I taught them how to do. So that was one. It was good to have like the portfolio, the creative. And back then I feel like we just talked about, like pin design was kind of like more important, or at least I thought it was, right? Um, then I learned that ugly pins perform really well, right? That's a whole other story. But but yeah, like in retrospect, I realize now that I could have easily found somebody who wanted to pay me, $600 to set up their Pinterest profile instead of nothing. And that
Yeah.
person probably would have had more incentive to have their team continue pinning, and I probably would have gotten a better case study that way. So that's like my story. There's other pieces to it, but that's kind of like the overview of it.
I also have a lots of situations where I've worked either for extremely cheap or free.
Hmm.
And I struggle even wanting to work on those because I'm not like, it's just
Yeah.
not a lot for me. Like, it's not
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
like
Like
$200
energetically.
a month for the
Yeah.
exchange that is
Right.
happening is just not,
Right. Right. I
car
mean,
payment. Like,
like you could see how your brain would even like without you even realizing it, like subconsciously might even sabotage, and say like,
yeah,
well, I'm not going to do a good job on this because that way if they don't sign next month, I don't have to work for $200 a month.
yeah,
So yeah, but I think you have a better approach and I know you're going to be teaching it in much more detail inside your new program, but do you want
yeah.
to tell us a little bit about the better approach that you think is one that you would recommend to people and you do recommend to your Pinterest managers these days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are starting brand new,
Mhm.
and you don't have any clients yet, or maybe you've only had like one client,
Yeah.
I would say start with beta pricing because that sets the tone from the outset that this is for a
Right.
certain amount of time,
Yep.
a certain amount of months, a certain amount of clients, whatever it is, but there is a deadline to this beta pricing. And then at
Hmm.
that end of that beta pricing, if you are happy, we will increase your rate. Now, what you choose to increase it to, whether it's the
Good.
full package rate you're going to offer or somewhere in the middle, that's up to you of what you
Hmm.
ultimately do. But at least like a beta pricing route sets a clear boundary and a
Yep.
deadline.
Yep. Yep.
You could also go the route of what you were kind of talking about of doing like project-based work. So this is one of
Hmm.
the services I actually offer is like setups. So I call them VIP months,
Yep.
um, where you offer it at a lower rate than what you would normally offer it at for maybe two or three clients till you do build up that portfolio, till you have some testimonials.
Yep.
And then at that point, you can just say, you know what, this is my new rate.
Right. Right.
And I've actually started doing, so my VIP months started at like $1,200. And then I was
Hmm.
like, okay, 1,400.
Hmm.
And then after a certain amount of clients were like, yes, yes, yes. I was like, okay, 1,800. And
Hmm.
then clients kept saying, yes, so
Hmm.
fast. So I was like, okay, 2,000.
Yep.
I just kept inching it up. It's $2,500 now, and people are still happily paying that rate.
Yep. I'm just
So,
going to check my website right now because I still have my sales page up for my Done For You Pinterest setup.
mm,
And if you go there now, it says this offer has been retired up at the top.
yeah,
But I still have the whole sales page there because I want my students, my high leverage content students, to be like a lot of them like dissect my business, like the way I did things, you know what I mean? And so I want them to be able to see like how the sales page connected to my blog and like I mean not literally because you don't literally link to a blog from your sales page, but
yeah,
from a strategy perspective. So it's still there. And the last time that I did a Pinterest setup for people, a few years back, I think when I retired this offer, the last few setups that I did were $3,750.
yeah.
This is like this is not if you position yourself right, Pinterest doesn't have to be like charge like a tiny little bit of money for Pinterest type of
No,
service. It can be pretty VIP level. So just
yeah.
want to throw that out there.
I love this. I love your sales page and how many testimonials you have on it too.
Oh, thank you. I just closed it out. Yeah, there's a bunch of them there.
I need to take some inspiration from what you've got going on over there. Since you don't offer it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, please.
All right. So this is what I plan on teaching more of inside the Pinterest Manager Business Builder program I'm launching. I still have to figure out the dates, Jana. I'm still so
Okay.
embarrassed about
It's
this.
okay. No, no, no.
But
But I know people are going to want to jump on your wait list, though.
I do have a wait list,
Yeah.
and I'll put the link in the description of the YouTube video.
Hmm. Okay,
We'll go
perfect.
back and edit it later and put that link in there.
Hmm.
Um, you can jump on the wait list. You will get some emails once I finalize them about the timeline of this, but I
Hmm.
do have the goal of getting it launched before the holiday season
Okay.
really sets in.
Yep.
And I know Pinterest managers are always super busy going into the holiday season, but then they're
Yep.
looking for support come New Year. So
Hmm.
really going into the holiday season focused and building out this part of your business.
Yep.
Then you're going into the holiday or the new year like focused and ready.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's kind of the goal.
And are you thinking right now you're starting before the holidays, but then giving people kind of like some time off during the holidays and then coming back in January? Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah, so the
Okay.
week of
Oh, I
Thanksgiving,
think I like that model. I think that's going to be
yeah,
good.
the week of Thanksgiving is probably going to be really light week. Everything is
Hmm.
broken out and will be like pre-built into your dashboards, and then we'll have a call calendar.
Hmm.
So, the week of Thanksgiving in the US, there won't be any calls.
Okay. And
The
who is the program for?
It's really designed for Pinterest managers who or social media managers who want to add Pinterest management on to
I was wondering about that. Okay.
their service stack.
Hmm.
But it really is for service providers who want to do Pinterest marketing and have already had at least a couple of clients.
Okay.
Because this isn't like a foundational 101 program teaching you how to be a Pinterest manager. It's
Right.
how to position your business and build the back end of your business from
Hmm.
pricing and packaging to marketing, messaging, systems, and workflows. That way
Okay.
you're delivering for your clients on a level that allows you to, as the program promise says, double your income without doubling your workload.
Love it.
Yeah.
There are so many Pinterest managers out there who have had one or two clients and could so easily double their revenue without doubling their workload.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
So
exciting. Good.
that's really what it's for. So if you're stuck and you're passionate about Pinterest and you want to do Pinterest marketing as a job full
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
it's totally possible.
A job meaning a job with the best boss ever, who would be you yourself,
You
not
yourself.
Heather, but the person.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Awesome.
So you are free to head to the description of the YouTube video. I already stuck it in there because there's a super easy way to edit it.
Great.
and jump on the wait list.
Oh, so exciting. Join that wait list if you're interested. And by joining the wait list, people aren't committing, right? They're just raising their hand and saying they're
Yeah.
interested. So they'll be the first to know when the doors
Yeah.
open, when you announce dates and all the things. Okay.
Which will be really soon.
Yeah.
I am to the
Okay.
point of just like figuring out the calendar
Okay.
and the launch timeline.
Great.
Um, yeah,
So good. And I know I'm going to be providing some support in there as well,
you are. And there's
which
some
is
other
exciting.
experts that are going to come alongside us as well. Our friend Teresa is coming.
Nice.
She's gonna,
On wheels.
yep,
She's
she's
going to skate
gonna
in. So
she's
good.
gonna come and do a workshop with us. One of my assistants is gonna come do a workshop on cold pitching. I'm actually gonna do a workshop on bookkeeping and financial
Nice.
tracking because I feel like a lot of people just completely
Yeah.
miss the mark on that. And guess what? That's what I went to school for.
Yes, it's your background, your pre-Pinterest manager background.
Yeah. So go
She's
to
a numbers girl, people. She's a numbers
I
girl.
don't like them. Let's be clear. I avoid them at all cost. Um, Go to the sales page where the waitlist is hanging out and check out what the program is about. It's all outlined. It's
So
there.
good.
It's ready.
So exciting. I'm so
Okay.
excited.
I'm nervous, but we'll see how it goes. See,
It's
this
gonna
is
be great.
what we were
Yeah, it's
talking
gonna be
about
so
at the
good.
beginning, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Okay.
great. All right.
Next time, same place, same time, different
Sounds good.
topic. We'll get into it next week.
All right.
Bye. Ew.